Hello, nieces and niestos. How are you today? Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I'm SavingsFashionista, and over here we do mainly things fragrance, whether it's body or home. So if you're interested in hearing about the fragrances and or fragrance combinations that I have worn in the past 2 weeks, please stay tuned. Hey, niestas! Welcome back. You guys, yes, it has been a minute. I am well. Everything is good, but life happened and there are things that I just have to take care of. So now we're back to content. So I want to share with you, let's get this thing kicked off. I want to share with you series 23 and 24 of my fragrance cocktails. And it started Sunday, February the 18th, I want to say. So we're going to just get right into it. This video is going to be a little lengthy. So if you'd like, go get you a beverage, something to drink, and a little snack because we'll probably be here around 30 minutes. So let's just get right into it. So starting on that Sunday, you guys, I did something that was very easy and familiar. I picked two fragrances from my Arabian fragrance collection, which is growing. I'm really excited about this. It's growing because I am really enjoying these Arabian fragrances. So the two fragrances that I selected are the Qissa Pink. This is like a milky, fruity, like tonic type of fragrance. Very girly to say the least. And I paired it with this dupe of Young Pistachio. In my opinion, you guys, this is like a 95 to 98% dupe of the K.I. Young Pistachio. And this is Khair Pistachio from Paris Corner. Both of these fragrances are from Paris Corner and you can pick them up at Aroma Concepts. They are very affordable. These are fragrances that someone gifted me this one, but I learned about this one over in TikTok land, and this one is also very popular on TikTok. So I paired these on Sunday and it was really nice. This is nothing new to my pairing. I think I've done this maybe 2 or 3 times already. So that was my fragrance cocktail for Sunday. All right, so moving on into Monday. On this particular Monday, this was one of those days where you can kind of like see spring like peeking its head in, although we're still in winter months, but it was one of those very moderate type of days. And I wanted to do something, you know, just kind of like get me in the mood for spring. So what I did, I started off with one of my favorites from Bath and Body Works. I really wish they would bring this particular one back. And this is Love. And this is Cacao Rose. And this is a very highly fragranted gourmand type of rose. It has this dark, for lack of a better word, I'm not going to say dirty. I'm going to say more earthy type of rose. It's not overly sweet. It is a really beautiful type of rose. And I do need more of this as well as the oil, but it's not in stores right now. So I started with this and then I went in with the Whipped Rose Latte. This would probably be my favorite rose fragrance from Bath and Body Works. It has fragrance notes of crushed rose petals, cacao flower, and whipped foam. When it comes to fine fragrance mist, it is very similar to this with that cacao and rose note. So I started with these two body care products, and then I went in with a oldie but very good, and I topped it off with Miracle by Lancome. Now, Miracle by Lancome, it is not a rosy fragrance. It is more of a tardy floral type of fragrance. It has some fragrance notes of lychee. It has some jasmine, and it has freesia in it to give it that freshness. But it was really nice. I really enjoyed this fragrance cocktail. It was very spring forwarding and it just gave me what I needed for that particular day. This next fragrance combination was inspired by Caroline Stern over on Instagram and TikTok. She has amazing content, so you check her out. But she paired two of the most girliest, sweetest fragrance that I have in my collection, and I just had to give it a try. So she started off with the Oriana from Parfums de Marly. Now, you know, this is a marshmallow orange blossom type of fragrance, and it does have some black currant in it, and it has some cream. It has this very distinct, like, powdery note in it. I don't really know. Maybe that's coming from the marshmallows. I don't really know. But this is a beautiful fragrance, very popular fragrance. And she paired it with something that I have just completely fallen in perfume love with since I've gotten it the end of last year. And you can tell from the dent that's in it. I paired it with the Escapade Gourmande by Maison Mataha. So I want to give you a big thank you. This was really nice. You know, Maison Mataha Escapades Gourmand, it is just a true vanilla fragrance. It has vanilla, it has a sugary note in it, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Very simplistic, but it is so beautiful. And this is not a powerhouse type of fragrance. So I think when layering fragrances, you definitely have to use some type of technique depending on the strength of one fragrance over another. So I did apply a little bit more of this than I did the Oriana because this is very strong in my opinion, but pairing them together, they were absolutely a treat. So this was my fragrance cocktail for Tuesday. Okay, so moving on into Wednesday. Wednesday, I wanted to wear one of my birthday fragrances. So again, thank you to my lovely family. This is one of the fragrances that I did get for my birthday in the month of February. And this is Xerjoff's LaCapitale. This is probably one of the most popular fragrance of Xerjoff's in current time. But this fragrance, it is definitely a beautiful, fruity, sweet, leathery type of fragrance. What I do like about this fragrance is that it has many layers to it, in my opinion, because it has that strawberry note in it as well as the caramel note. And it has this leather note that just makes it so sexy. With it having a leather note, I do not think that this is a male forward in fragrance. This is definitely for the girls. Very, very sweet, but it does have this androgynous type of undertone when it comes to the leather note, but it's still very feminine in my opinion. So again, this is Xerjoff's La Capitale. So I was definitely in a mood with Xerjoff. Xerjoff is definitely a vibe for me. It is probably in my top maybe 5 favorite fragrance houses here in recent times. Really enjoy it, and I'm excited about exploring more things from them. The collection has grown. I think I have like 9 or 10 fragrances by Xerjoff now. But this one is something that I got also. Did I get this in the month of February or did I get it? I got this in February also. This is something that I got in recent times also. But this is from the Casa line. This is Bouquet Ideale. And this is very different fragrance for me. I like it. It is really good. But it's a little different because it has like this subtle fruitiness, the tardiness from fruit, and it has some very high spices in it. Not at all bothering to me, and it has this woody aspect to it. Definitely a beautiful fragrance. I can't recall any of the exact fragrance notes off the top of my head, but she's different, but I'm really vibing with her. So again, this is Bouquet Ideale from the Casa line of Xerjoff. Now, moving on into that Friday. On that particular Friday, I was definitely in the mood for something sweet and cherry. And I wanted to change it up just a little bit, but I did start off with something that I think everyone is really enjoying here in the fragrance community. I started off with the Sweetheart Cherry, and this has fragrance notes of wild cherry, crushed pistachio with whipped vanilla. This is a really nice fragrance, you guys. I am completely enjoying this. And then I went in with the Tom Ford Electric Cherry. You guys, I'm having a whole issue with this. This fragrance was over $400. This was not, this was purchased out of Saks Fifth Avenue, no sale. And Tom Ford they need to do better, because I don't know what's going on with this sprayer. This sprayer should not be squirting out. This sprayer is now squirting out of the bottle. It's not a misty spray. It is such an unpleasant and ugly spray, and you have to be careful because it could possibly stain your clothes. So I'm not happy about that, but I am still very happy about the juice that is in it, because I do enjoy this fragrance. So I went in with the electric cherry. I did not go very hard with this, because although she got a lot of reviews of being underwhelming, after this fragrance has macerated, she's showing her Tom Ford DNA. Although she does not have that very nuclear, strong type of fragrance DNA, it's more of a soft, subtle, but as far as the lasting power, she's doing her thing. So I went in with the electric cherry, and then I topped it off with the Chinatown from Bun number 9. Now, when you first see this, you think about cherry blossom trees, but I do think peach blossoms look the same way. But this has fragrance notes of peach blossom. It has some patchouli in it, and it's just a very, and I think it has some gardenia. It has a subtle note of gardenia. I can smell it. This is a very very unique type of fragrance, extremely unique. And I thought that when I was first exposed to this fragrance over 10 years ago, it actually took me a little time. This was probably not even one of the first 5 fragrances that I purchased from Bun number 9. It was much down the line, but she's been in my collection for a very long time, and she is still smelling good. And like I said, this is a very unique type of floral fragrance. So again, that was my fragrance cocktail for Friday. Okay, so closing the week out on that Saturday, I think that Saturday would have been around the 23rd. So closing the week out that Saturday, I had gotten a package earlier that week that I was so excited about. And I wanted to just give it a couple of spins by itself. So I use the Valentino Green Stravaganza. This is the latest flanker from the Donna Born in Roma. And she is really cute, working her way into something very beautiful. This fragrance, I think it's going to be a really hit for the springtime. This is a vanilla white floral, but it has this tea note that I am really liking. I do want to add more tea fragrances to my collection, because I just think with me, they have a place, because this is one of those fragrances that I would consider to be sinus safe when I'm having those issues with my sinuses. I think the white floral that is in it, it is a jasmine. So my sinuses are jasmine friendly. I'm okay with that particular white floral. And that tea note just makes it more grounded, more natural and earthy, in my opinion. Although it does have a subtle girly perfumeness to it. So I'm not going to get too deep off into it, because I may do a isolated review on it. But again, this was my fragrance for Saturday. So this concludes the week of February the 18th. Like I said, this is going to be a 2-parted video. So let's just move on into the next week, and that will be the next frame. So if you're interested, just stay tuned. So starting last week, which would have been the week of February the 25th, that Sunday was an in the house type of day. So all I had was my regular Dove body wash, and we were in the house all day. So there was no fragrance on this particular day. So moving on into Monday. Monday was something that I'm also very familiar with as far as a combination. I think I have done this combination before, with the exception of adding the body oil to it. So I started off with the Santal Bloom from Salt Air. If you don't have this, you guys, it's very affordable. I would recommend that you get this. This is such a good perfume body oil. It smells so good. It is highly fragranted. It is like a floral sandalwood type of fragrance note. It is so good. Really enjoy it. And it does come in other body care forms. So I started off with this. And then I wanted to just go over the top with it. I added and my sandalwood and vanilla aromatherapy from Bath and Body Works. So what I do when I have a cream and an oil, I mix them together. I just kind of like squeeze a little bit of the both in my hand, and then I just massage it into my body. So I went in with this. This is sandalwood and vanilla. And then once I finished moisturizing, I just added a little bit more moisture with the dry body oil. Why not? So those were the body care items that I used, vanilla and sandalwood. And then I went in with something that has really grown on me that I was not really a big fan of when I first got it. But I wore it one day in isolation, and I'm like, this is really good once it really dried down and I experienced it, you know, just by itself. So I went in with the Burberry Goddess. Now I'm wishing that I had gotten a larger size, but this is a vanilla lavender type of fragrance. This fragrance, in my opinion, is one of those fragrances that could definitely be a signature scent. This could be a year-round fragrance, perfect for any season, in my opinion. I do think that I'll probably make it through this coming spring, and I do plan once I, you know, finish it, I will replenish it in a larger size. So I did use this, and then I wanted to add a little bit more sandalwood. So I did not want to overshadow it with the vanilla or the lavender. So I added in one of my favorite sandalwood fragrances, which is Santal Blanc from Van Cleef's and Arpels. And this has a fig note in it that is so unique and nice. This is a well-balanced unisex fragrance, in my opinion, and it's just nice. When I first smelled it in the Saks corner, I was back there at the store within a couple days buying this fragrance. It is super nice. So that was my fragrance cocktail for that Monday. Now moving on into Tuesday, I was still in a vanilla mood. So I started off with one of my favorites from Bath and Body Works. Y'all probably said, girl, everything is your favorite. Well, maybe so. All right, so I started off with the fresh vanilla blossom. You guys, when I got this, it took me a while after it was released, because you know I am no longer purchasing all of the Bath and Body Works stuff that I used to purchase in the past. It's just it makes no sense to me. You know, maybe I was doing it for content creation purposes, but I'm just not doing that anymore. But this took me a while to actually purchase, and when I finally purchased it, I still wasn't really happy about it. I had only gotten the fine fragrance mist. I think I got it with a free reward. And one day I was just wearing it, and I'm like, this is good. It really kind of like grew on me. So then I went in store and I got the body cream. So as you can see, I've really been using this, but this has fragrance notes of suede petals, soft sandalwood, and vanilla bean. This is a really beautiful fragrance. I think that they blended it and mixed it so well. I do like that soft suede note that's in it. Really enjoyed it. So really enjoying it. So I went in with the vanilla oud. Every time I wear this fragrance, you guys, I get tons of compliments on this fragrance. The compliments that I get on this fragrance is just unbelievable. It must be something in it that pairs really well with my body chemistry. But I went in with the Oudgasm Vanilla Oud 36. This is from the Oudgasm line with Ideale, and she's good. She has fragrance notes of vanilla sugar, praline, saffron, white musk, oak moss, and oud. So I did not stop there, you guys. I always have to push the pen always. And so then I combined all of that with the Gentle Fluidity Go by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is also a popular girl on the block. She had her fanfare, and she's still really good. Really enjoy this fragrance. It has a juniper note in it. It has amber, and it has I think it has like a coriander note. But I do just think that some fragrance companies, they gatekeep, because this fragrance reminds me so much of two other fragrances that I have that has like a rose and caramel note in it, but we're just going to leave that where it is. But that was my fragrance cocktail for Tuesday, and it was really nice. All right, so moving on into Wednesday of that week, I was in an entire mood, you guys, and I just really needed a pickup for that particular day. And I was very selective when I picked all of these fragrances, even down to the names of the fragrances, because I just needed it for this day. So I started off with Life of the Party from Bath and Body Works. And this has fragrance notes of pink citrus, bubbly prosecco, jasmine, and shimmering vanilla. This is definitely a citrusy, effervescent type of fragrance. Really nice. I do like this better than I like the champagne toast. It is compared to champagne toast, but it does have this little slick, sneaky floral note that's in here. It has to be, and I'm a lover of jasmine. I guess it's the combination of the citrus and the prosecco mixed together with the jasmine that's just kind of just a little bit off-putting if you apply too much. So I went in with those body care items. So then I started off with the Eden Sparkling Lychee, and this is, I think this is the latest as of today, because I think the next one come out on the 5th. The latest release from Ideale. This is a lychee fragrance. It has that lychee and that effervescence. It pairs extremely well with this particular fragrance if you just want to pair it with a body care. But I paired it with this. Then I just kept going and I added its big sister. This is the Eden Juicy Apple. And this has a really strong apple note in it. It doesn't have that effervescence, but it has a beautiful apple note in it. And I think it has some vanilla, of course. And I did not stop there. And I kept going and I added my rescuer. You know, whenever there is a moment where I'm not feeling so pleasant and I'm needing my fragrance to give me a pick-me-up, this is the fragrance that I always grab. And I grabbed the Young Pistachio Gelato 33 from Ideale. This has pistachio gelato. It has hazelnut, whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy. This is just a happy time, a happy moment for me. This fragrance combination, it was a bit excessive to some, not to all of us, but it was really good, really nice. I really enjoyed it, and I definitely will be revisiting this fragrance combination again. So again, that was my fragrance combination for Wednesday. So Thursday, my fragrance combination was something that I thought about the night before. I try to give you all these little tad bits of information because sometimes I'm thinking about fragrances the day before, the night before. Like, what am I gonna put on tomorrow? What am I in the mood for? And this particular fragrance, I wanted something that had like this orange, yet not to say orange, but fruity. Not exotic fruit, but just common everyday fruity with a little gourmand, but I wanted it to be like a pretty fragrance. So what I did was I started off with this, and this is a classic from Bath and Body Works. This is Margarita Cupcake. They need to bring this back also. This has notes of lime, and it has vanilla, and I think it has like some type of cream or something in it. Well, let me see. Okay, it has key lime, sunny citrus blossom, and whipped vanilla. So this is really cute. Really enjoy this. Really enjoy it. It's not too kitty, in my opinion. It's good. I like it. So I went in with that. Now with my body lotion, I did add in the TikTok oil. I just call this TikTok oil because I'm always messing up the name. Now this is more of an exotic type of fruity oil. I don't think the fragrance notes say that, but it does give me hints of like agave or not so much a mango, but it does give me like notes of guava. It's along those lines. Very nice fragrance. I do like it, and I do like to pair it with certain things. And these two would actually pair really well in isolation together. So if you have those two, I think this is something really good to pair it and to just create a little longer lasting power with your fragrance. And the fragrance that I use to just pull it all together and just make it make perfect sense to me is the Dolce Amalfi from the Casa Morati line with Xerjoff. You guys, I should have been had this in my collection. Whoever I heard said, it was somebody, this smells like spicy, juicy fruit gum, in my opinion. It's like a spicy apple fragrance. This is absolutely beautiful. This has notes of apple, of course. It has a quince note in it. It has a cardamom note, and it has saffron in it. This is so good. This should have been big bottle. I can see myself using this up, and it will definitely be one that I replenish. So that was my fragrance cocktail for Thursday, and it was such a delight, and I completely enjoyed it. All right, so Friday. And I think Friday was like the first. Yeah, we made it through the leap year. So happy whatever number birthday you are experiencing. A friend of mine, he is experiencing his 10th birthday, I think. So that was like a big running joke on that particular day. But this fragrance combination was very easy and simplistic. I just wanted to do it just to do it, to see what it gives. So I started off with the vanilla body butter from Fenty Beauty. I'm going to put a picture here because I do not have the container. I actually used it up this particular day. So I use that, and this is just a sweet, creamy vanilla fragrance, and it does have some shimmer to it. So I went in with that, and then I went in with the Valentino Green Stravaganza. This is nice, you guys. It is definitely growing on me. I can see myself, really using this the spring and summer months. Really nice, very simplistic, but I wanted to add just a little bit more to it. So what I did was I had a sample of the original Donna Born in Roma by Valentino. I don't have this in my fragrance collection. Now I am considering purchasing it. This is very popular, you guys. All the Sephora, Ulta girls, designer girls, this is very popular. So I paired the original with the latest flanker, and it was really nice. Really enjoyed this fragrance combination. So that was my fragrance combination for Friday. Now moving on into Saturday, you guys, to pull it all together. This was a fragrance that I just simply thought of as I was getting up. I was kind of like craving this. I wanted something that was fruity, but had a really nice deep vanilla note to it. So I also used the Fenty Vanilla Body Butter. I think it's Vanilla Dream. The Vanilla Dream Shimmering Body Butter. I used that. And then I went in with one of my favorite Arabian fragrances and one of my favorite vanilla fragrance. This is the Neighbor's Gold. And this is a fragrance that is just absolutely beautiful to me, you guys. It has berries, it has vanilla, it has cacao, it has some spices, and it's good, and it is affordable. I don't know why every girl doesn't have this fragrance. This is really good, you guys. Really good. If you like the Eilish, this is better to me. So maybe the things that you don't like about Eilish, this provides balance. So I went in with this, but like I said, I wanted to make it a little bit more sweet and fruity. And then I paired it with the Qissa Pink from Paris Corner. This was so good. Once I finish this video, I am going to decant this because I'm just going to make my own mix of this because it was just that good. Really good. Totally enjoyed it. So you guys, those are my fragrance cocktails over the recent past 2 weeks. I greatly appreciate you coming back. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please leave a message. please ask a question because I've been out of the analytics for like 11 days. So I'm always having to play catch up. But life is good. I have no complaints. And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I appreciate you. And do not forget, you, yes, you are great. Bye-bye.